Okay, welcome back. So for today's practice, we'll need either a block or a cushion that you can fold, and we'll use the two props. Actually, we'll use just one prop for the first two poses of today's class. Today's class is going to be all about heart opening and creating space in the front of your body. So if you'd like to get the music ready, playlist number 12, and then we can get started. Just one thing, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do it now. And you can also like this video, even though you don't know yet if you'll like the class, but fingers crossed you will. So once you're ready, I'm going to show you the first pose, just so that whatever prop you're using, you know how to use it. So the intention is that the first two poses that we'll do will be very passive and very chilled. So we'll just do a couple of mild heart opening poses supported by the props. So this first one, we can have the block in this position, and it will go right here below your shoulder blades, so kind of upper middle back. And if you don't have a block, then you can fold a cushion like this and use this instead of the block, which is also a little bit more comfortable, but the block will give you a little bit more of a lift. So if you have a block, use a block. So let's start the music if you haven't started it yet, and then come and lie down with the soles of the feet on the floor, knees bent, and position your block or your cushion so it's right below your shoulder blades, and let your head come down on the floor. Now, if your head doesn't comfortably come down on the floor, you can also interlace the fingers and maybe support your head like this, like a hammock. But if you can, bring your head or even the hands that are maybe supporting your head if you're choosing to do this, on the floor. And then we'll be here for the next minute or so. So this is the position. There is really no effort, no muscle activation involved. We're just beginning to open up the front of our chest, front of our heart space. But as well as the sensations that are probably the most obvious ones around your chest and around your rib cage, I'd like you to bring your attention down into the bottom of your feet and become aware of the whole body as one unit. So that rather than just focusing all of our attention to where the most loud sensations are in the body, we can distribute our attention throughout the whole body. So notice the contact of the bottom of your feet with the ground. And then move the attention up the legs, into the knees, into the thighs. And notice the support of your pelvis and its contact with the ground. From your pelvis, begin to pay attention to the shape of your spine. So this back bend, which is mild and supported for now. Knowing that there will be plenty of opportunities today to work with other back bends and other poses that help you open up the front of your chest and the heart space. And also notice the sensations around your shoulders. And finally, the sensations all the way into your arms and hands. And up into the neck, into the head, which is supported either by the floor or by your hands. And take a moment to feel your whole body as one unit, one thing, completely perfect as it is in this moment. Resting on the ground. Now, this is one of the poses where sometimes we actually feel more sensations when we come out of it rather than when we are into the pose. So I invite you to do it slowly. First, move your arms away, move your hands away, and then use your arms to press into the floor so that you can use elbows, forearms, hands to push and move and lift so that you can move the block away. Keep the block or the cushion close to you, but just come and lay down flat. Now, taking that back bend away, your spine is returning into its natural, neutral shape. And you're observing the sensations around the back of your rib cage, into the spine. Especially if you worked with the block, the sensations as you release the pose can be quite loud. So let them just become a little bit more quiet, a little bit more soft, as you settle back into your neutral spine. From here, gently hug your knees in. See if you need a little rock side to side. And then come over onto your right side. So you're rolling all the way over. Take your block or cushion with you. And as you come over onto one side, you're going to use your block or cushion to support your head. Just as a little prop so that your head is not hanging, but it's elevated and your neck is in line with the spine. Then take your right arm out on the level of the shoulder and your left arm on top of your right arm. Your knees are stacked. And we're going to semicircle the left arm all the way up and all the way around to come onto the left side. So that now we're also getting a little bit more opening into the pecs, into the front of the shoulder on the left side, while at the same time we're twisting through the spine. We won't stay too long, but I invite you to take the next breaths and make them a little bit longer and deeper than usual. So that as we deepen and lengthen the breaths, it's easier for us to create more space in the body. Good, and then circle the left arm all the way back where it came from and prepare and switch over on the second side. So again, make sure that your block or cushion are supporting you in a way that feels right. And then left arm out on the level of the shoulder, right arm on top of the left, and circle the right arm all the way out and around over to the right. As you settle here, your neck and head should feel comfortable. And then start to notice how this side of the body feels. Are the sensations the same? Or is one side maybe needing a little bit more opening, a little bit more attention? Good, let's just give it one last breath here. And then circle the right arm all the way back where it came from. And release the block, move it away. We won't need it anymore, so just move it out of the way and come back, lying down on your back. So when we work with heart openers, it's also important to understand that we don't just want to open up the front of the body and continuously stretch the front of the body, but we want to use the assistance of the strength of the back of the body so that the front can have more space. So let's start to activate our glutes, which are such an important part of us being able to backbend and to distribute that backbend nicely in our spine and to support what the spine is doing by creating more stability around the pelvis. So feet ground into the floor. They're about hip distance, parallel to each other. And then with this next couple of rounds of bridge pose, I don't want you to think too much about how high you're going or how spacious you're feeling in the front of your chest, but think more about really recruiting your glutes and using your thighs, your glutes, your pelvis to lift up and feel that power in your lower body. So push down into the floor, start to peel your pelvis and spine off the mat. And maybe you're even a little bit less kind of into a back bend than we usually do, but you're more into a diagonal slope from the knees to the shoulders. but you're really focused on lifting up through the glutes, pushing down through the feet, and you can feel the power in your thighs, in your glute muscles, and maybe also some in your back muscles, which is normal. So the entire back body is creating power to help the front body create space. We'll give it just one last inhale here. Slowly roll down as you exhale. With our next cycle, we'll activate a little bit more still. So take a breath in. Exhale, push down, lift back up into your bridge pose. And then once you're up, feel your glutes strong. If you're not sure, touch them. Feel that they're squeezed and active. And then push down through your feet. And even though your feet are not actually moving, imagine that you want to pull your feet in towards your shoulders. So by just imagining that and moving them energetically in towards your shoulders, now your hamstrings and your glutes are going to fire much more. So keep that on, keep the strength into the back body so that we prepare our work for the rest of the class, working on opening up the front of the body. Or hold it here, keep pressing down with the feet, keep pulling in with the feet, one more breath. And then nice and slowly roll all the way down and release. Bring your knees into the chest, rock side to side, and massage your back. And then settle back to center, hands at the back of your knees, rock yourself up and down a few times. And then we'll stop with the next one and come all the way up into a seated position. So from your seated position, now you're going to bring your elbows behind you and your forearms on the floor. So your palms are facing the floor. Puff your chest up, so don't let your breastbone sink down, but lift it up. So you're pushing through the forearms, you're pushing through the hands, and then lift your feet off the ground, straighten the legs and hover them just above the ground. Then lift your right leg up while you keep your left leg low. And switch, right leg low, left leg up. And we'll go for 10. Move slowly, probably slower than you wish you could move. When things become intense, we kind of tend to rush through them, but instead, see if you can slow it down. And as you continue moving like this, press down with the forearms, puff your chest, hug your belly button towards your spine. We're about halfway there, just another few. Getting our hip flexors to also be warm, be strong. Our core to be switched on, and us to be connected to it. One last one, lifting your right. One last one, lifting your left. Bend your knees, release to the floor, and then lift yourself all the way up. Shift forwards into tabletop. And as you arrive into tabletop, let's release the spine. Just give it a little bit more space and freedom. Inhale, arching the back. Opening up the chest, we look up. Exhale, rounding the spine. We hug the belly button in. And again for 4. Exhale and round. For 3. Exhale and round. For 2. Exhale and round. Last one, inhale. Last one, exhale. Reset into a neutral spine and walk back towards the back of your mat. Stay in tabletop, keeping your knees directly below your hips, but then from there, take 2 giant steps forwards with your hands. With your hands, imagine you're doing downward dog. You're spreading your fingers, you're pressing your knuckles down, you're pressing your finger pads down. And then relax your head down, look through your knees. You don't need to get your head on the floor. You're working into a half downward facing dog. So your knees are on the floor, but the rest of the body is pretty much downward dog. You're lengthening the spine, you're hugging the belly button in, your shoulders are strong, they're pressing the floor away. Hold it here, take 3. Breathe in for 2. Breathe in for 1. And breathing out, come out of the position, walk your hands back in. Now, from your tabletop position, straighten your right leg back behind you. And then start to lift up your belly button and push strongly with the hands into the floor. Now lift your right leg so it's parallel to the floor and then bend the right knee so the sole of the foot faces the ceiling. Now imagine that you have a block balancing on your right foot, and you want to imagine that you're lifting the block a little bit higher, and as you do that, you feel that your right side glutes are squeezing. You can either stay as you are, or now also lift your left arm and reach it forwards. So your choice, but continue to hug your belly button in. We'll pulse up and down for 5. We'll press up, right foot up a little higher towards the ceiling, glutes squeezing, and then release. It's a tiny movement, not much, for 4. Just focus on the squeeze on your right glutes for 3. Breathing in for 2. Lifting up for 1. And then stay, reach back with your left arm, catch your right foot. Tiger pose, we press back, the foot into the hand, we look forwards and open up the chest. We're still hugging in the belly button, we're still strongly pressing the floor away with the right hand. Hold it here, take another breath in. Beginning now to open up the front of the hip a little more, the front of the chest a little more. And then let go with control, release into a straight arm, straight leg. Now let go of your left hand on the floor. Drop your right toes on the floor and then spin your left toes back towards the left side of your mat. You're onto the sole of your right foot, right arm lifts to the ceiling, and right arm up and overhead into a long side stretch. With the bottom hand, push the floor away. And think of lifting the right side waist and the left side waist away from the floor. At the same time, you're getting a nice and long stretch through the entire right side body. Hold it here, take another inhalation. Look down and release, exhale. Hand down and knee down. Now walk back again into your tabletop position, just a little bit towards the back of your mat. This time we'll take puppy pose. So it's different to the half down dog we did earlier. We're going to step the hands forwards, and this time you can melt your chest down, your forehead down. So maybe the forehead gets to the floor, or if you are already feeling quite spacious in your chest and in your spine, maybe your chest melts down and your chin is on the floor while you're looking to the front of your mat. So wherever you are, it should not feel pinchy in your shoulders. If it does, you come back to the previous version, which is the half down dog we did earlier. So notice the sensations around your shoulders. Know that there should be no pain, no pinch, and if there is, then maybe this pose is not for you. Take another breath as you are. And then gently, gently we'll come out. Hands come back. We push the floor away and lift back up. Lovely. So same work on the other side. Walk forwards on your mat and then straighten your left leg back. Pull up the belly button, push down with both hands. And then keeping that lift of the chest, the lift of the abdomen, also float the left foot off the floor. Bend the left knee, sole of the foot faces the ceiling. From here, press up a little higher, feel the squeeze of your left side glutes, while still maintaining the pelvis parallel to the floor and level. Now reach your right arm forwards if you wish, or keep it down. We'll pause for 5. Press and down. Tiny movement. Not much is moving, but you can feel the glutes squeezing. For 3. For 2. Lovely. For 1, keep the glutes active, reach back, catch the foot. Open up the chest, and engaging the glutes here gives your hip flexors more space to help you find that space in the front of the body. When the hip flexors are more spacious, then there's a better opening into the rest of the front of the body, including the front of your chest, front of the shoulder, heart space. Take another breath in. Gently let go, re-straighten the arm and the leg. Transitioning into that side body stretch. Right hand down, left toes down. Bring your right foot to the right side, your left foot onto the sole of the foot grounded. Left arm up and over to the front of the mat, lengthening the entire left side body. Remember the hand that's on the floor is pressing the floor away actively. We're not sinking into that bottom hand or bottom shoulder, but we're pressing away. One last breath. And then coming out to the position, hand down, knee down, tabletop, tap the toes, lift the hips all the way into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths into down dog. We'll be here for about 30 seconds, so it's your choice if you want to be still or if you want to add movement. Let's take one last full inhale. A complete exhale. And then shift forwards into your first plank. Hold your plank. Exhale, drop the knees, bend the elbows, half chaturanga. Shift your forearms forwards into Sphinx pose. So with your elbows a little bit forwards of your shoulders, or directly underneath the shoulders if that feels better for you. Spread your fingers and press down your finger pads. Now with your finger pads, press and pull in. As you do that, you're getting more space into the front of your chest and a little more back bend into the spine. As you continue to press down with your fingers and pull in, you're staying active into the pose. You're pressing the front of the feet and the pubic bone down while pulling the heart and the sternum forwards. Your gaze is in the same direction as your heart is pointing to. And we'll stay for another couple of breaths. It should not feel like you're resting. It should feel like you're really active through your arms, pressing with your fingers, pulling in, pressing down, and then from here, release to the ground. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders, lift up into a Cobra Pose, and back into a Child's Pose. Stay into a Child's Pose. Take a breath in, a complete breath out. Bring your right arm back, keep your left arm forwards. On the inhale, lift your hips, circle the right arm forwards, belly button in, exhale, circle back, sit onto your heels. We'll do it 2 more times. Inhale, circle, exhale, back. For 1, exhale, back. Reach your right arm forwards, your left arm back. Inhale, lift the hips, circle the left arm forwards, and all the way back, sit onto your heels. For 2. For 1. Exhale, sit back. Reach both arms forwards, press them into the floor and lift up into downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, 1 inhale, 1 exhale. On your next inhale, bend the knees and look forwards, but rather than stepping to the front of your mat, step to the middle of the mat and take a seat. Extend both legs forwards, and we'll work with the first variation of Wild Thing, which we'll do in a few different moments of our practice today. So bend your right knee, bring the sole of the foot into the opposite inner leg. Lift your right arm up, inhaling. Right hand behind you, push the floor away. Now lift your pelvis using your glutes, being strong and active. Reach your left arm back and away from you. Opening up the chest towards the ceiling, the pelvis towards the ceiling. Exhale, release to the floor. Second side, right leg forwards, left foot comes in. Left arm lifts, inhale. Hand to the floor, we lift the pelvis, we stretch the right arm back, and we stay. Everything that is touching the ground is pushing down actively. There is power all around your pelvis to lift the whole body up. 1 more breath here. Exhale, release to the ground, let it go. From here, bend both knees, lift the shins into boat pose, take a breath in. Exhale, cross the shins, rock yourself forwards, and step back into plank. So let's work with 1 more version of Wild Thing that will integrate into our flow in a moment. Roll onto the outside edge of your right foot. Start to lift your left hand so it's up on fingertips. Your left foot goes behind you, you're onto the ball of the foot. The left heel is lifted. And as we lift the left arm, we spin the right toes to the back of the mat. Lifting up through the chest, we're into Wild Thing. Holding it here, press down with everything that is touching down. Lift up with your heart space. And then returning to your plank, hold it at the top, inhale. 1 vinyasa with the knees down. Exhale, bend the elbows and slowly down. Come up into Cobra, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Stay breathing in. Breathing out completely. Same work, second side, forwards into plank. Roll onto the outside edge of your left foot. Take your right foot behind you. You're onto the ball of the right foot. As you lift the right arm, the left toes spin to the back of the mat. We open up the front body by lifting and squeezing the back body Return into your plank. Your choice if you want to go knees down or straight chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Stay and breathe, inhale fully. Exhale completely. And one more time, inhale fully. Exhale completely. Bend the knees and look forward, step or jump to the front of your mat this time. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Up to standing, inhale, reach up, look up. Tadasana, exhale. Standing tall in Tadasana, bring the thumbs at the center of your chest. And see if you can feel your heart beating in your chest. Take another breath in. Breathing out, release the arms down. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forwards and down. Lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands to the mat, step your right foot back, right knee down. Now as you stay into a low lunge, think of pulling your front foot back and your back knee forwards. So the two legs are hugging in towards center. And as you do that, also squeeze your right side glutes so that you're giving more space to the right hip flexors to open up. The arms are overhead for now. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, hands to the floor, step it back into plank. Take a breath at the top of your plank. Your choice, knees down or straight chaturanga, but stop on the floor. Stay down. Cactus the elbows, forehead on the mat. Press the feet into the mat, the pubic bone into the mat, and as you exhale, lift the upper body. Keep the elbows into cactus, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take another breath in. Exhale, release to the floor, hands under shoulders. Lifting to cobra, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhaling, right leg lifts to the sky. Exhaling, right foot steps between the hands as lightly as you can. Back knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Pull the front foot back, the back knee forward, squeeze in towards the center. On the exhale, release the hands to the floor, step forwards and fold. Lift your chest, elongate the size of the body. Exhale and fold. Inhaling up to standing, reach up, look up. Exhaling, fold forwards and down. Lift and lengthen, feel your back muscles, strong, active. Hands to the floor, step back with your left foot. Same activation into your legs, reach the arms up. Exhale, step it back, plank pose. Hold your plank, inhale. Your choice to get to the floor, exhale. Cactus the arms, inhale. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift your chest. Hands active, glutes active. Release to the floor, hands by your chest. Cobra on the inhale, shoulders back and down. Downward dog, exhale. Stay and breathe long. On your next inhalation, left leg lifts to the sky. As light as you can, left foot steps forwards. Back knee down, pull the two legs, one towards the other as you lift the arms. Exhale, hands down, step forwards and fold. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Fold and exhale. Up to standing, inhale, reach up, look up. Mountain pose, exhale. Breathing in the arms to the sky. Breathing out, fold forwards and down. Pull the ribs forwards, inhale, lengthen. Hands to the mat, right foot back. Same activation, one foot towards the other. Arms lift. Cactus the elbows, open up your chest. Release the hands to the floor, step it back. Plank pose. Inhale at the top. Exhale to the floor. This time reach your arms back, palms touch the floor, inhale. Lift everything you can lift, including the belly button. Full locust pose, Shavasana. Take a breath here into locust. Exhale, release to the floor, hands by your chest. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward facing, lift the hips high. Stay, inhale. Exhale. Left leg up, inhale. This time, roll the hips open, bend the top knee. Let your chest turn to the right. Stay for a breath in. And then look between the hands, lightly step the right foot forwards. Drop the back knee down, inhale. The legs are trapped, one towards the other. The elbows bend, cactus, open up your heart, look up. Exhale, hands to the floor, step forwards and fold. Lift your chest and lengthen. Exhale and fold all the way down. Inhaling up to standing. Same work, second side, exhaling. Lift and lengthen, back muscles strong and active. Hands to the mat, step your left foot back, left knee down. Low lunge, inhaling. This time interlace the fingers behind your back. Exhale, move the shoulder blades together. The sternum forwards, but the belly button in. One breath in. One exhale. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, step back into plank. Hold your plank, inhale. Your choice, get down to the floor, exhale. Shift your arms back, your palms touch the floor. Exhale, lift everything off the floor, including your navel. Hold. Power up your back body to open up the front body. Exhale, let it go, hands by your chest. Cobra Pose, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Stay and breathe, inhale long. Exhale completely. Left leg to the sky, inhale. Roll the hips open, bend the top knee. Let your chest turn to the left. And then look forward, step the left foot between the hands. Back knee down. Last low lunge. Inhale the arms up. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Pull navel in. Hold it. One more breath. Inhaling the arms to the sky. Hands to the floor, step forwards and fold. Lift your chest, lengthen. Exhale and fold, release. Inhale, reach up, get really, really long, reach for the ceiling. Hands in prayer, exhale. Breathing in the arms to the sky. Breathing out, fold forwards and down. Lift your chest, pull it forwards. Then bring your hands to the floor. Step back with your right foot into a high lunge. Ground your feet, lift the upper body, inhale. Hands to the floor, step back into plank, and we'll add one little bit to our vinyasa. Roll onto the outside edge of your right foot. Take your left foot behind you on the ball of the foot. Left arm lifts, chest and pelvis up towards the ceiling. Make your way back into plank, inhale. Your choice of vinyasa, exhale. We meet in downward facing dog. Take your time, and once you get there, steady the breathing. On your next inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Roll the hips open, bend the top knee, let your chest turn to the side. And then looking forward, lightly step the right foot forward. Press down with the feet, anchor them to the floor, arms up. Hands frame the foot, step it forwards and fold. Lift the chest, elongate the spine. All the way down, release. Up to standing, reach up really tall. Fold and let go all the way back down. As you pull your chest forward, send your hips back. Hands to the mat, step your left foot back. Anchor down through the feet, arms up, inhaling. Hands to the floor and ready for plank. Exhale. Hold your plank. Roll onto the outside edge of your left foot. Right foot behind you on the ball of the foot. Your left toes spin to the back of the mat. Your pelvis and heart lift. You're creating space. You're breathing into it. Make your way back into your plank. Inhale. Your choice of vinyasa. You know you can always skip them if you want to. And meeting down dog on the exhale. Just one last inhale. One last exhale. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Roll the hip open, bend the top knee. And then lightly step the left foot forwards. High lunge, inhaling. Step forwards and fold, exhaling. stay into Uttanasana, soften your knees, relax your head. Now have a deep bend into your knees, in fact. And then shift the body weight into your left foot. Lift your right foot off the floor, but your fingertips are still on the floor, your head is down, your spine is bent. And then from here, start to take your fingertips off the ground, but keep the rounding of your spine. Really, really slowly, as slow as you can, you're coming up to standing. Once you're up to standing, you're going to catch your right foot. If you can, you catch the inside of your right foot, the big toe side of the foot, left arm up. Inhale, prepare. We're keeping the chest and pelvis facing forwards as we kick the right foot back for dancer's pose. Think of your sternum going forwards rather than going down. The foot pressing into the hand resisting the action of the foot moving back. Couple of breaths. As we release the pose in a moment, you're going to keep the shape as much as you can as you let go of the foot. Reach the arms up and in slow motion step it back into a high lunge. Stay into high lunge, inhale. Hands to the floor, step it back into plank, exhale. Stay in plank, take a breath in. A breath out. Roll onto the outside edge of your right foot. Left foot behind you, wild thing. Lift your pelvis, lift your heart. Exhale, take it back, plank pose, inhale. Maybe vinyasa, maybe down dog, you choose. We meet in down dog eventually, we stay for a breath in. A long breath out. This time on the next inhale, bend the knees and look forwards. Step or lightly jump to the front of your mat. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Fold and release, exhale. Stay, soft knees. Shift the body weight into your right foot. Left knee lifts, really, really slowly. The slower the better. You're coming up to standing. Eventually catch your left foot, take it behind you. Lift your spine, lift the top of the head. If you can, you catch the big toe side of your left foot. Index and thumb together on your right side. A breath in. Exhale, sternum forwards, gaze forwards as you send the foot back for dancers. Feel how your left side glutes are active. Squeeze them if they're not active. Breathe. One more. Start to soften your standing knee. And then as you let go of the foot, don't let go of the shape. Maintain it actively. Reach the arms up and slowly step it back. High lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor, plank. Stay. Inhale, plank. Exhale, plank. Roll onto the outside edge of your left foot. Second side. Right toes behind you. Left toes spin to the back edge of your mat. Lift up high, open up the chest. And then make your way back. Plank pose. Inhale. You know your options. We meet in down dog. Once you get into your down dog, stay. Couple of longer breaths here. Good, and then release the knees to the ground. Take a seat onto your heels. And we'll prepare for Camel Pose. A couple of more back bends here in Camel. So first, we'll do the more traditional way to get into Camel Pose, and then we'll work with a second way, which might actually feel better, worse, who knows. We're just going to give it a go and see if it works for you. So lift up onto your knees. If you have a block, place it between your inner thighs. If you don't have it, don't worry about it, but just think about having something to squeeze. Tuck your toes under, so your heels are nice and high. And then from here, hands behind your pelvis. Going to press the thumbs forwards, press the pelvis forwards, squeeze your glutes. And then think of lengthening the sides of the body, lifting your rib cage away from your pelvis as you go back and look up, maybe towards the ceiling. You can stay here or now reach back for your heels into Camel Pose. You're continuing to press your pelvis forwards. You could also be here with your chin tucked into the chest, especially if that feels better for your neck. Hold it. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Now in a moment when we come out, we'll try and come out in a way that's symmetrical and even between sides. So start by taking your hands to the back of your pelvis and then gently release your block and take a seat onto your heels, hands on the thighs, eyes closed. And again, tune into the rhythm of your heart. When we work with back bends, sometimes the heart really speeds up. So it might be easier for you to just feel it without even taking the hand to the heart. You can just feel the heart beating in your chest. But if you don't, then take your hand to your heart. We'll only stay one more breath. And then as we come up again, we'll go into Camel Pose one more time, but in a slightly different way. So keep your toes tucked under, your heels high. And then from here, you're going to squeeze the legs one towards the other. The glutes, they're going to stay active. And the hands are on the sides of the body. So glutes on, belly active. We're drawing the front ribs down towards the pubic bone up towards the front ribs. We're shortening the space of the front of the body. As we then hinge back, we're into a slope from the shoulders to the knees. And then maybe we stay here, or we take the hands to the heels, and then from there we press the pubic bone forwards, and we start to open up the front of the chest. Squeezing the shoulder blades together is going to give you more space to open up front of shoulders, front of chest. You gaze wherever you wish, chin to chest or gaze up, but continue to press your pubic bone forwards. Take another breath in, and then we'll come out the way we came in. So send your pelvis back, find that slope again from your shoulders to your knees, hands to the sides of your body, slowly up, and taking a seat onto your heels, close the eyes. Come back to listening to the rhythm of your heart beating in your chest. And notice if this back bends bring up anything specific for you. Maybe just physical sensations of heat. Or maybe on an emotional level, they can also bring up things that sometimes come up unexpected. And that's normal. It's absolutely fine. We tend to close off the front of our shoulders, the front of our chest when we are worried or trying to protect ourselves. So giving our body a chance to open up and create more space in the front can then release certain emotions, certain things that have been stuck in our body. And we didn't even know they were there until we stopped and moved and paid attention. Now let your eyes open, shift the legs forwards, and then from here you're going to shuffle forwards. Bring your feet to the front of your mat, knees bent, arms reach forwards, and really slowly you're going to roll down. As you roll down all the way onto your mat, you prepare for a couple of more back bends. So it's your choice if you wish to work with bridge or with wheel. You know your practice, you know your body, do what feels right for you. I'll do one bridge first and one wheel after, so you choose. Step your feet a little bit closer into you. Feel the grounding of your feet into the floor. Press them down. And as you push down through the feet, lift up through the pelvis, spine, back of the heart. And now we're taking this into more of a back bend by bringing the shoulders underneath us, shuffling the shoulders under, squeezing shoulder blades together, and then knuckles towards your heels, hands reaching towards your heels, chest puffs up to the ceiling, pelvis lifts up to the ceiling. So as well as that power in the back of the body that we found at the start of the practice in bridge, we're also now finding more space in the front of the chest and the front of the heart. We stay for a couple of more breaths. When we come out of it, first we move the arms away, and then slowly we roll the upper back down, then the middle back down, and then the lower back, and the back of the pelvis down. Stay as you are, just give your body a couple of breaths. So if you're choosing to repeat bridge pose, same pose we just did one more time. If you're taking the hands either side of your head, and if you usually do this and you feel like you don't really have much space to lift up, what you could try do is take your hands wider. Maybe even let your fingers point a little bit out to the side. Just changing that alignment can give you a little bit more space to open up and to feel that not only you can open up your chest, but also your shoulders feel more spacious and more free to move. And same with your feet. If you feel boxed in when you come up, explore different versions of the pose. So pressing down, hands and feet, we come up. We'll stay up for a few breaths. Whenever you feel that it's time for you to come down, especially if you get to a point where you're like, I don't feel like I have the energy to come down slowly, then you know that you should really come down straight away. So that you can come down in a good way, in a good form, and not just drop on the floor like a heavy object. Another couple of breaths if you can. In wheel, I also like to send my chest back a little bit more. It gives me more space. And then slowly, slowly work down. Once we come down, we take the time to listen to the pose. So we bring the soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides, arms relaxed alongside the body. The eyes are closed. We're coming back to observing, to listening. We're observing any residual sensations that the practice has left in our body. We listen to the rhythm of the heart. Listen to the breath moving in and out of the nostrils. And then from here, let's bring the knees together into the chest, hug them in, gently rock side to side. And we'll release the spine with a spinal twist. So keep your knees into your chest, open the arms out on the level of the shoulders, and then keeping your knees close to your chest, drop them over to your right. Rotate the head to your left and stay. And then gently begin to come back to center, knees really close to your chest, and take them over to the left. Gently all the way back to center. Release the whole body down for Shavasana. So let your feet go wide, drop out to the sides of your mat. Your arms relax alongside the body. Your palms face the sky. And then with a conscious breath in through the nostrils, prepare. Out of the mouth and let it go. And again, in through the nostrils, out of the mouth, close the mouth. Return to breathing through the nostrils, taking away any effort, settling in into the comfort of this pose. So today we'll start the body scan from the heart and we'll move out through the rest of the body then. So bring your attention to the center of your chest. Imagine that you know exactly where your heart is. And from there, start to move your attention up to the right side of your chest, into the right shoulder, down into the right arm and elbow, right forearm and wrist, right hand and fingers. And then return your way from the fingers all the way back to the heart. And from the heart, move over to the left side of your chest, left side shoulder, left arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, left hand and fingers. And from there, come back to the heart. From the heart, move the attention down into the front of the ribs and into the abdomen, into the back of the ribs and the lower back. From there, travel down into the right side hip, down into the right thigh and knee, the right lower leg, ankle and foot, and the right toes. From the right toes, move your attention all the way back up, travel back to the heart. And then once again, from the heart, travel down through the center of your body, into the left hip, into the left thigh and knee, into the left lower leg, ankle and foot, down to the left toes, and then bring the attention from the toes back up to the heart. And this time from the heart, move your attention upwards into your chest, neck, back of the head, sides of the head, forehead, and into the rest of the face. And once again, take a moment to feel your whole body as one unit, perfect as it is, resting on the ground. There is nothing else that you need to do. Your body is heavy and soft at the same time. Now with a deeper inhale, start to awaken the whole body. Longer exhale, let it go. Begin to move your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. And then reach the arms overhead, take a full body stretch. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet on the ground. Hug the knees into the chest, rock side to side. And then roll over onto one side. Using the hands to help, lift up into a seated position. And we'll take a moment sitting with the hands flat at the center of your chest, reconnecting to your heart space. Notice what this practice has left you with on a physical level. Maybe a sense of being more spacious in the front of your chest and shoulders, or being able to sit up taller. But also notice what the practice has left you with in terms of energy and in terms of where your mind is. And join the hands together in prayer. We lift the prayer up to the sky on the inhale, down to the earth on the exhale. Namaste.